A lot of people have been sitting back talking about the unfortunate circumstance of the young brother Nipsey Hussle. And my heart goes out to his family and the community of South Central Los Angeles and those who were impacted by his work. My best friend loved Nipsey Hussle. And people are talking about conspiracy theories, the government and Dr. Sebi and all of this other nonsense that to me makes absolutely no sense. But what does make sense is if that is the video that we have all watched with Nipsey Hussle being shot and then the guy comes back and kicks him and shoots him again and all this stuff, then this is a personal altercation dealing with the energy of African American gang culture. And today I want to deal with being an inactive gang member versus being active. Because many people are saying that Nipsey was doing all of these great things in the neighborhood, which he was. And Nipsey was bringing into different workspaces in the STEM program, which I would argue not even a lot of educated black men were doing, which he was. He was a genius. And he worked really hard. He had a I would say he had a very, very high business entrepreneurship IQ. No doubt about it. But it is my take. Nipsey Hussle was an active gang member. Some people say, well, what do you mean? He's not out shooting police people. He's not selling dope. He's doing positive things. He's buying back the block. But if you watch his videos and other people who said that they're not in gangs, I'm going to call a name right now. I love the guy. Trey D. I grew up listening to him and Snoop Dogg and the Eastsiders. A lot of guys who are in the gang culture. They will say that they're not active. We're not in the streets no more. But you look at their videos represent gang culture. They're shooting stuff like that, pretending to be shooting. They got guns out there. They got blue rags on. They got their shirts off. They got their tattoos. You know what I mean? They're basically glorifying that lifestyle of which they say they used to live. But they never come out and criticize it because they live it. Those are active gang members. And active gang members are those who portray and push and represent the gang culture. Whether they do it in blogs, whether they do it in music, whether they do it in videos, they are active. And they are associated with any set or any gang member that does anything from them because they represent where they're from. Now, somebody who was inactive, like Malcolm X, was an inactive thief, an inactive crook, an inactive pimp. His lifestyle was a total change from the previous one in which he participated in. He denounced such actions. He completely changed. And for those people who were in that lifestyle, if you remember the Malcolm X movie like Shorty, he was the one that went and tried to get Shorty to come to the Nation of Islam. He tried to get people to change their lives. But in the case of people such as Nipsey Hussle and other gang members, and again, I'm from those neighborhoods, okay? My cousins are from Southside Atlantic Drive Crip, Southside Compton Crip. I know how this works. He is a tweener. He wants to be caught in the positive lifestyle of giving back to the neighborhood while at the same time pushing the gang violence and pushing the gang lifestyle in his videos. And so if this is true, and I'm going to get to the main point of what I'm talking about, when he is outside of his marathon store, and I don't know if the story is true, but this is what people were saying, this young guy, Eric Holder, walks by. Nipsey and him have a conversation. Hey, my nigga, what you out here doing? You a snitch. Get the fuck away from my store. You can't be around here. In other words, I'm kicking you off the block. Now, if I'm not a gang member, if I'm not active, I'm not having that conversation with you because it's not my business anymore. Whether you a snitch or not, I'm out of the gang life. If I run a Marathon clothing store, then my main issue is, do you have $100 to buy one of my t-shirts? Which when I get back there, I'm going to buy a t-shirt. I'm going to order one. That's my goal, right? As a person who is looking to do business at his store. I don't care if you're a snitch or not. But of course, because Nipsey Hussle is technically active, he's active in a good way in this community. He's also active in portraying where he's from in videos and lyrics and stuff like that. He feels the need to check this guy. Again, a person who is not active will not do this. And so the guy who is emotional has felt like he got something taken away from him, has felt that he has been disrespected. He goes back home and gets a gun and shoots him. Because the power of Nipsey Hussle was that great. Man, if I can't claim Rolling 60s, and I believe this guy, Eric Holder, was also Rolling 60s Crip, I've been put off the set. This is all I got to live for. My music is in this. Everybody knows me as Shitty Cuz from Rolling 6-0. If this is true. So what you had was a killing in between a gang. Between two active Rolling 60s Crips. Now, some of you guys may not like this. And it doesn't matter if you like it or not. I got to tell the truth. There are a lot of gang members out there in music that are active. And I believe that for those of you who said that you love the black community, you love black people, it's going to be up to you to make a conscious decision. Either you're going to be a superstar rapper and maybe go the route that, some of the other guys are going, Pharrell, or you're going to help the black community and help rebuild. You're going to use your talents and doing other things and stay out of the music industry. You're going to have to start making a choice. Because, see, if you don't, when you start putting on that, I'm still active, what happens to XXXTentacion and what happened to Nipsey Hussle will start happening more often. Because, see, here's the thing. When you're in the gang culture and dealing with people who you shouldn't be around, like Eric Holder, if that's the person that killed him, I'm not sure. You're dealing with people that have nothing to live for. People who have nothing to live for. People who want to be where you at and have nothing to live for. And when you're around those people, all it takes is one of those guys to come through and do what he did. So if you're going to be inactive and not in the game, I'm going to need a lot of more of you hip-hop artists, especially from my home state of California, to say that publicly. You're going to need to denounce this game. Because with your social media platforms, when you go out there and you put up, all the niggas throwing up Crip in your songs and all the blue bandanas and the niggas see walking and stuff like that, you have a more bigger presence and influence than the Crips out there themselves. You push it like a poison throughout black communities. You make it okay to incite violence. You make it okay. And at the same time, you want to say, oh, I'm trying to stop gang violence. Nigga, how are you trying to stop gang violence when that's what you push in your fucking videos? That's what you push in all the things that you do. You're not trying to stop shit because you're making money off of gang violence. You're making money off the set. You're making money off that image. So how can you be the one trying to stop it? You can't. And then when you die at the hands of that, people want to act shocked. You want to act like you don't understand it. Somebody's hating on you. That's what happens in gang life. And that is a conscious choice that all gang members make. They make that decision when they join a gang. It is not a one-way, 1 foot in and 1 foot out sort of deal. And what we lose right now is a very talented entrepreneur in the black community that was stuck in between two worlds. That could have been anything that he wanted to do and showed us how bright of a person that he was. But we've lost it, and we've lost him. And the black community loses him because he's involved into two worlds. Because once a gang member, you always think, for the most part, like one. See, the square niggas like me, we don't care about snitching. We don't care about other stuff like that. But to the gang member, who's still a gang member up here, even if he ain't out here shooting, see, his thoughts and his mind and his music and his things, they manifest in his music. Because that's what he thinks. So being around snitches, that's gang member talk. That's active gang member shit. And therefore, you get some stupid nigga who go out there and shoot him, and then it's over. So I wanted to really have a discussion with those people who are gang members, and you say you inactive, then do what you need to do and speak out against what is that made you inactive. You can't be acting like, oh, it's just entertainment. Because you're making it easy to recruit Crips every day from all across the world. You know, it's so funny, right? I'm in Africa right now. People know you and know me. I don't even had any idea that they watch me. What do you think somebody in Nipsey Hussle like him? Yeah, kids might not take to task all the positive things he's doing. But what if you're a kid somewhere across the nation, across the world, you want to be a Crip like Nipsey? You see the videos. You see the videos of Trey D. You get influenced. And that might make you want to be like them. And the influence of pushing that narrative is of a definition of an active gang member, whether you shoot pistols or not. So what do you think about it? Let me know. If you're mad, oh well. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.